And
Thank you.
Nirmal, would you like to share your thoughts? Nirmal, fresh year of graduation, little bit up and down in score, but still uh, extremely dedicated for research and clinical experience. So, what would you like to share?
Yeah, so I applied last year and I had around 5 interviews, but I did not match because I applied in all specialties, basically like internal medicine, family medicine, and pediatrics. So yeah, after that, I was really disappointed. I didn't know, like nothing else was wrong with the application. I graduated in 2019 and my scores were average. They were in 220s, but they were not extremely low. I did not have any attempts or anything. So I was really confused what to do. And then I was introduced to Dr. Urvish, and I think he gives such an all-rounded exposure to research that it also helped me grab a position of research trainee in Mayo Clinic, where I am right now. So that is also one of the biggest plus points. I think that also helped me a lot. And plus, like all the publications and how I could talk about my publications, because last year I got all my interviews from community programs, but this year all the community programs were university affiliated. So I think that definitely helped a lot. And yeah, that is pretty much it.
we
That
have we have one request to make. As you are leaving the Mayo Clinic, make sure if someone who is as competent as you, probably before you leave the place, make sure have settlement with some of the other student there. So it would
definitely.
be great for that. You and Jigisha both are leaving probably Mayo, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
more student can accommodate there.
Definitely. Yeah, but the only takeaway message is like, even if you have less number of interviews, I did not have 10 to 12 interviews, but I had less, but I had an average score, but like, don't lose hope. It's possible.
Awesome. Chael, you there? You can hear us? Chael? I think he's gonna join. So let's start with the Deep. Deep, what's
Hi
your
Urvesh, how are you?
yeah? Hi, you are there? Where I cannot see you. Where? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
hi.
Hi.
So yeah, I
Congratulations.
just thank you so much. Thank you.
Party has
And thank
already begun.
sorry.
Party has already begun, or what? You are
Oh
out.
no, I have just come to meet my attending and mentor, Dr.
Okay.
Kiran here at his office because there's a celebration over here. So
That's great. Congratulations. Before you enter in
thank you.
application, would you like to share two or three brief point about your application and how with the obstacles you match? So people
Sure. I,
that
Absolutely.
only year of graduation or score is not the only thing. What is your take home message?
Uh, yeah. So I had applied even last year, and I had only applied with my step one and CK and CS, and I just had like two interviews. So I do feel that my application was not complete because many programs are looking for step three. So especially now because the CS exam is not there anymore. So I do feel that anyone, if they are planning to apply for this September October 2021 season, they definitely need to get the step three exam done. There's no excuse because every that interviewed, they were like happy when they knew that I've given my step three. Even my roommate who actually matched, he had like 15 plus interviews. He said that Chel, all the programs are asking me why have I not given my step three, and he was like a full graduate because he's done MD medicine in India, but he had a lot of experience with a lot of research experience, and his profile was very good. Plus, he had like 245 plus scores in both the exams. So step three is something which is very important. Also at the same time, it's very important that you sell yourself. So it's not about only selling yourself on during the interview season. You sell yourself on LinkedIn, Twitter. So I think I got interviews only through Twitter. I don't think anyone knows about this. So I'm actually also planning to make a video on how you can market yourself on these two social media. So there were like Met Twitter and Met Student Twitter is something which is very, very famous, especially for AMGs, but very few IMGs are there on Twitter right now. So I feel that everyone should have a professional Twitter account. So it should not be very, difficult to recognize. It should have your first and last name. In case if everyone, if some other person also has that same name, try to just maybe add a dot or something. But try to make it very easy so that they can follow you, they can find you on Twitter. Also, my email signature had my LinkedIn link, my they had my Twitter link, and they had my Google Scholar link. So all my research publications that I did with you, they were all basically seen very easily through just by clicking on the email signature. So I feel that these things are very important because when they see that someone is very professional and they have so much of social media presence on LinkedIn, Twitter, and then very important thing about Twitter is having a Twitter account, but it's also very important that you know what is your area of interest. So, for example, I want to do internal medicine, but I have a lot of interest in artificial intelligence and focus. So, focus is something which is very near and dear to me. That's why I've done a certified course also over there and in New Jersey at Rutgers. And I also had a ultrasound probe called the butterfly, and I used to practice on myself, on my friends. I used to call them that I'll give you free lunch, come home, and then I used to also do it on my patients. Sometimes the attending used to allow me, and I used to also put clips on of focus on Twitter, and that really helped because a lot of us APDs, program directors, faculty who actually interview during the interview season, they started following me. They started showing interest, and then I used to ask questions. I used to take part in these focus Zoom meetings. Luckily, because of COVID, this really helped because everything was virtual, so it was very easy to get into any meeting if you have the Zoom link. So I feel that if whoever is applying for this season, you need to think about how you can be different from other applicants. Everyone is going to have good scores. I was just talking to my attending right now. He has like 7 to 10 students right now who are working with him in this office and doing rotation. Everyone has a 260 plus. He said that how are programs going to differentiate just among these 10 people? You need to have something unique. You need to have something different. So that's where research comes into play. That's where maybe if you're getting into medicine, focus comes into the play. And now every program is pitching and trying to sell themselves by talking about, hey, we are trying to get focus into the curriculum, which many programs are not able to. Only university programs have been successful, and that also very few university programs. Community programs are still lacking, and I feel that for the next 2 to 3 years, focus is still going to be the emerging thing. So even if you do it this year or even for the next season, I feel still there's a lot of scope that you may get more interviews just because of focus. So think about it. There is also certification courses on focus. Society of Hospital Medicine is having it, and there are these certified courses that you can. It's a little expensive. I'll be very honest. It's not like you can do a course for like $100. The course price range is like from $1,500 to $2,000 to $5,000. But it's like a 2 days workshop to 5 days workshop. But you will become a pro if you do that course and if you read before the course. So it's not only about attending because they have exams before the course and after the course. So just find out about these things, learn about focus, maybe do research. So one good thing that really helped me is that when I was in the interview season, everyone was asking about, tell me about your research experience. So I used to start with uh, papers which I not only presented to not only accepted by conference, but I presented to conferences like the COVID and the CVD one. Then I had some few papers that got accepted just recently, last 2 months. Then also got an award, the RP conference. So I used to, whenever there used to be any updates in my CV, I used to just send an email to programs that I really want to go to, and I think that really helped because they are looking for people who are showing continued interest not only in the program but also in that field. So it's not that when you are in the interview season, you just sit at home and you just wait for interviews. You have to be constantly doing some type of rotations. You're supposed to continuously keep on networking, and that's how you can, uh, make contacts and you can get interviews. So I think if
Key point was the was something that you sell yourself, sell your profile and sell yourself. That's the most important thing. I feel like something even I am learning, like the way you created your accounts and then the way you are marketing every single move, not only focus, not only publication, but every conference, every awards, every small thing, every single thing, how you can make it exponentially big, and then you project it. That is the huge deal. And anyway, marketing will help not only in residency but also in fellowship. and so many different
Absolutely.
ways. Yes, so definitely that's a great thing. Yes, and focus. I think that was the unique thing. Even people can do it. The people who's applying in internal medicine probably. Yep, that's great.
Yeah, that's correct.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Deep,
you so much, Ulrich.
no problem. Enjoy the party.
Thank you.
Bye. Deep, would you like to share something? The what is something that you did different than other people? And I feel like you will be the youngest person who match. So definitely your experience do matters too.
First of all, I'm extremely thankful to all my peers and mentors, especially Urvish, for like your constant guidance, support, encouragement throughout my process. Like even before I started applying, I was like doing research projects with Urvish and his team. So that was something that was really helpful and helped me build a well-rounded profile in addition to clinical experience. And the other thing that the one thing that I would like to say is IMGs are usually afraid of reaching out to people asking for guidance and even help. So I would say that people should reach out to experts in experts in the field. Like if you want research, you can reach out to research update. If you want to if you want to improve your clinical experience, you should reach out to those companies that provide clinical experience. Reach out to doctors, reach out to all your relatives, any one of your friends who is practicing here. So they are the ones who have been through the process, and they are the ones who can guide you in the correct manner. And yeah, if you reach out to the people, people never say no. That is what I've observed in the US.
Mhm.
So uh, so that is one thing that I would say, that
We
build a
remember
well-rounded.
multiple time you just keep texting and emailing to the people until they are not telling you no.
Yes. So that is one thing that I would really ask every IMG to follow. Like just reach out to people. There are people who are ready to help, and just stay focused, work hard. And I'm sure everybody who has taken the USMLE route is obviously a hard worker, and definitely that person will succeed.
Right. So my basic one question to you is, you have now experience of Masters of Science Clinical Research MSCR, right? And now you also have the experience of a clinical research training program, which is a traditional 6-month program. So what is the difference between MSCR and clinical research training program? So by the way, the people who don't know, Deep had Masters of Science Clinical Research 2 year of program at Icahn School of Medicine, Mount Sinai, and he's also working with us in clinical research training program too. So how can you differentiate two programs, especially in terms of research experience and contact making?
That is actually a wonderful question that you got up, that you got in the picture. So I would say that the course that I'm currently enrolled in definitely allows me to gain a deeper understanding into research and what it entails, and also build contacts. But the clinical research training program, the 6 months course that Urvish just mentioned, that course really teaches you how to uh, you know carry on research, and not only research but do your own analysis, come up with a good hypothesis, as well as publish. So that publishing part, uh, so the art, that is actually an art of publishing papers. So that is something that was missing in my the 2 year course that I was doing, and that is the experience that the 6 months clinical research training program by Dr. Urvish provides. So I highly encourage everybody to do that course, even if it is uh, just for the sake of learning research, because that will help you publish, and it will help you not only in your residency but also for your fellowship. So that is one thing that I really encourage everybody to take up.
I think you are ready for preparing your fellowship application.
Yep, Deep is all set.
So
Hope for the best. Yes.
awesome. So I think it looks like from today onwards, he's going to start working on his fellowship application.
Yep. He'll be like, I need all GI.
Hopefully you will also match in. I know you will. He's very hardworking. He's gonna match it.
Oh yeah.
So probably, yep. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much again.
Sanchita, are you there? Sanchita is.
Hi. Yes, no. Hi,
Hi.
hi, all of you, and congratulations.
Hi
Congratulations.
Sanchita, congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Congratulations to all of you. So I think the couple of things. So this was my second cycle applying, and I think research and the number of papers I had was I think one of the biggest contributors to me matching. And for that, I'm really grateful for the team and to you, Urvesh and Preeti, all of you guys, because I don't think I could have gotten it without any of your guidance. And the other thing I would tell is having step 3 and getting a good to decent score on step 3. I think that also like made a huge difference to my application, because apart from that, I didn't really have any other thing that I added to this year. I got, I think, 2 LORs, which are all tele-rotations, but then step 3 and publications, I think, made a huge difference in matching. And like Chael was mentioning, selling yourself on social media, setting up a good LinkedIn profile, and all of that. I think networking basically helps, even if you don't, maybe like the outcome is not positive or anything that would help you, but I think it would still like help you build a network and connection, and you don't know when you will have to approach whom. And I think it's like better to start now than later on.
That's great. I think your
Yeah, and I want just add on what she said. Yeah, the type of the research that we get from research update organization is different from other agencies. Like the research that we are doing here, like we are comparing patient data. Like it's like as if like it's a complete research. So it's weighted during the interview. Actually, they were very interested in the research that Dr. Patil told me. Like I participated in, like, so I really encourage everyone to join, like to do the 6-month course with research update.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. So Sanchita, you are having a very limited number of interview, right? So would you like to share something about that? What is the key of success that waiting till very late, like November, December, and then you were a little bit panic, and then how you got interview, and then how you match?
Yes. So basically so a little, I think my year of graduation is 2017. My scores are 214, 233 CS and 221 in step 3. I have no attempts, which was, my step 1 is on the lower end, but the others were like moderate. It was not great or anything, but it was not too bad. But I don't know what it, like I got interviews only in December and Jan. So that like drove me into panic mode and all of it. But when I got my first interview in December, I realized that it's like a do or die situation for me. I gave it my all. I prepared hard for it. I made sure that I worked on my body language, because I think more so now that it was virtual, it mattered a lot more. How you looked, how tensed or stressed you seem, because all of that you may not notice it, but it's all seen. I practiced with multiple people, and some of them are not even doctors. So I practiced with them. I got feedback on my body language. I worked on it. Practice in front of the mirror. That will help you, so that your answers are not rehearsed, but at the same time, you're delivering what you should be. And at the end of the day, it boils down to how effectively you sell yourself. It shouldn't come across as being, you shouldn't brag, but at the same time, you should also market yourself well, that they know you're good.
Makes sense. So basically, take home message is, if the first interview is coming in December, still you have equal high chance of getting match, right?
Yeah, I think regardless of when you get interview, how many, all you need is one interview to match, right? And as long as you get one and you know that you did well on it, I think that ought to be sufficient, because you match at one place regardless of how many interviews you get.
Right. Awesome. let's talk about Preeti's experience, because here she is with the maximum experience, like to share with you guys. And I think one of the huge example why not to lose the hope at all. Preeti.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it has been quite a journey. But yes, the first and the foremost thing I want to say everybody here is hard work and persistence. I know it is easy said, but I'm a big example. Hard work and persistent. Don't give up. Until you don't give up, you'll match. Once you give up, there's no hope. Don't give up. Just keep trying. Trying in the right direction is very important. Also, I would say that guidance is very important. When I started my journey, I'm an old grad, 2012. When I started my journey, I had no guidance from back from India, how to do steps, what to do. I scored low on my step one, but I didn't give up. I got good on step two, CS done, step three done. I cleared all by 2014. Then I applied, couldn't match. Then I met Urvish that time for our CS exam, and from there we are friends, and I approached him. He was doing mph. I got my guidance on doing mph. I applied in 2014. One time I was interested in peds, but then I couldn't get in, so I started mph. During that time I was just focusing on my mph and research profile. I didn't apply. I was waiting that I will make my profile more stronger, remove my red flag of low step one, and then I will apply. But then I got into research a lot, and since then I've been working with Urvish a lot on research projects. We're a great team, and it helped me a lot. I have very strong research background by now. I can say I had a lot of experience. That definitely helped me. My mph helped me in securing a position of a research coordinator in New York, where once I was done with my mph. So those of you guys, if you are doing any other master's program, I would suggest to start looking for the jobs as a research coordinator or assistant. That will help you a lot in getting into the system and getting connections. That is really the key point here. There is nothing called low score or high score or average score, I would say. So don't see all that average scores and yogiers. These are all on your application, but they don't define you. There are so many things which happens in the exam sometimes, so there's no excuse. You should always aim for high scores, but if you don't, then don't give up. There's so many other things all around working for your application. One of that is great letters of recommendation. Research experience these days is very important. And when I got into the system, I made a lot of contacts. I was a PEDS person, but somehow I was doing PGI, so I got into pathology and I matched into pathology. This was like 2 3 years back when I started pathology. I observed, made contacts. I really liked pathology. First, I did observership to understand if I really like, because that's a big decision from clinical to non-clinical. But I really enjoyed it, so I pursued the thing. Now, my point is that you have to be working in one direction and in one field. Don't keep hopping up from PEDS to IM to PEDS, or PEDS to FM. Like Aska also said, that tailored application to your specific field helps you. Program directors knows what they are doing. You can't fool around saying I am candidate and you're applying for pathology. They will know. They will ask you. People ask me that most of your profile is the clinical experience. How come pathology? So I have to explain that how it started and what I did. I did some research project in mph in pathology, so that's how I developed the interest. But if you guys have specific interest, just focus on that. Don't keep jumping from one person to other. So and don't think any specialty is difficult. Surgery, I am just keep yourself focused in one direction. Try to get some research experience. Publications are very important. So that's what our program is about, and Urush came up with this great program idea, and we have been doing it now. And earlier also we have helped a lot of people in their projects, and now also we are helping. So publication is very important. Abstracts and all that matters a lot. I have like 7 pages just by my research experience, and the program director was like, you know what, I couldn't even finish your reading your CV. So that's impressive, and I felt so proud that day. Okay, fine. So that was a moment. Program director telling you do that, so that was a good thing. So overall, hard work matters. No scores, no yogiers. Just do your thing and in the right direction under good guidance. When I started, I didn't have guidance, but eventually my open nature, I don't hesitate to ask people. Ultimately, the maximum they can say is no. I don't take it on heart, so that's fine. But don't hesitate, like Deep mentioned, don't hesitate to ask people for help. Don't take it on your thing. Just be open and talk about yourself, talk about your things, and just have connection with the people whom you're working with. You never know who's going to help you where. I left Montefiore, I'm working at Harvard, but I still work for mentors there, for attendings there. I had such a great connection with them. And how? Just by talking, explaining your situation, don't hesitate. US people like to talk. They are very open minded. So just talk and explain your situations, and I'm sure you will get it. Everything is like it's destined. So you will get it. Just focus, guidance, and research. If you have done with your score, step 3 is very important too. So so I would suggest good luck, guys. Don't give up. Don't give up at all. So
I feel the only take home message which is great here, besides this everything, persistence. The more year you are persistent, like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, six,
it
7,
shows. Yep.
it will paid off at the end. But I feel Preeti is the person who replicate all years into multiply by 2 3 page per year CV. So she was keep growing every year with the persistence. More year you pass, you will see her applying to all the conferences, or going for there, making contacts. Every institute she passed, Mount Sinai or Albert Einstein, and then Harvard, and then everywhere she just left her footprint every single place. And then the contacts are the thing which is the key point, right? So contacts can
Network
be
is very important, very important. And I was not hesitant. That helped me. I always ask, come to attending. If I'm talking to them, I'm helping them. I'm explaining them what happened. That doesn't define me. So always be open and try to get into the system somehow by doing rotations or by doing research as a research assistant or a fellow, like those kind of things. So don't hesitate. Do that. And persistence is very important. I applied last year too in same pathology, but I couldn't get it. But then this year my application again showed that I am persistent in pathology. So
right.
the program director was like convinced, okay, she wants to, she's not a clinical person, I'm not a backup for her. So I'm just saying, so make sure if you are IM candidate, go for IM. If you are a peds person, show up your interest in peds, neurology, just neuro. So that is, I think it's very important. Step 3 these days is important, and definitely research helps a lot. Your publication, they show, they talk. And like even community programs, they get very impressed with seeing your research experience, because they want to see that, okay, if you are coming, what are you bringing at us on the table, what you have. So
Mhm, mhm.
and
It's a
and persistence, guys,
abstract.
persistence is very important.
The abstracts is something, a kind of contact. You are more conferences you are attending,
Yes,
more contacts you will be
for
making
sure.
directly during those 2 3 days. And if it's not virtual, in physical conference, it's very.
Conferences you're going, you have to not just sit there, you have to contact people. That's what I'm saying. Open up, open up. Hey, hello, hi, and start and talking. And please don't lose hope for scores. Please don't. People have told me many things, low score, this, that, yogier. I was also hesitant about yogier, but no, guys, there is a hope. Everybody will get it. Just stay there.
They used to ask like, this is like fourth year or fifth year,
Yeah.
I'm keep seeing you here, until how many more year you're gonna keep coming. And then you remember, it's like, we will be coming every year. You will be seeing us
Yeah.
single year, until we are not inside the system, right?
Yep.
So I think that's the good take home message, that just,
Yeah.
even in conference, people used to make a list, targeted program director list, whom they need to meet.
Yeah.
They will not leave directors alone until they don't meet them. So,
Exactly.
yeah, that's great thing. Yep.
I think it's very important. The research positions which you get in the university or the community program, they are good to make networking. They won't get you publications for sure. I mean, they won't publish so soon. The programs like university programs, they have projects running for 2 years. They don't publish like quickly. and we need publications to show yes we have done it. So that is a very key point. You need it on your CV. You will say that you are working here and there, okay fine, on these and these projects. I've been working like on 15 projects in my position, current position at Harvard, but that's not giving me the publications is all I got when I was working with Urvish. So we worked really hard, publishing like 50, 40 publications in a year. We were like too much. So yeah.
That's the important thing. The art of publishing. That's
Yes,
a different thing that something we are providing
exactly.
the program.
So there are two kinds of definitely there are two kinds of research experience. One you are doing as a research coordinator, where you're enrolling patients, you're understanding like all those research projects, how they are done, blah blah. But they won't lead you much publications. They won't let you go to conferences because they have residents and fellows going there. So like here with Urvish, I multiplied my numbers.
No,
I multiplied my numbers on my CV, and I'm so proud and thankful to Urvish
no,
for
make
everything.
completely makes sense.
Yeah,
Is this is the most important thing, and
exactly.
conferences will help you to do that. And
So good luck, guys, and I hope to hear more good news next year. Those of you doing match, so keep the hopes high. Don't give up.
hey, Ravina, congratulations.
Thank you so much, everyone.
So you can share your thoughts as well.
Congratulations, Ravina.
Congrats.
Really wanted to thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm really very thankful to Urvish and Priti because I was introduced to the research update team only a year back, and I was still able to, have quite a few publications before I applied, and that was a very impressive part about my CV, which was told to me by the program director that you could bring in a lot of publications in a very small amount of time. So I think that couldn't have been possible without the help of Urvish and Preeti both. And second thing, I feel what was very different was the letters of recommendation for me, because I tried to do my rotations more towards the application cycle, which was probably, so all of my letters of recommendations were very fresh, they were not very old. So that really helped me because first of all, I did 15 days rotations at I did only 15 days rotations, and that allowed me to do more number of rotations in a less amount of time. Like I could do about 3 rotations in just a period of 1.5 month and still get 3 letters of recommendation. And I made sure that when I did my rotations, I participated actively in the discussions with the attending, and also during the conferences I made sure that I answered the questions which were also asked to the residents. And this was something that made me stand out as an applicant, because the program director also, I mean, these things are often conveyed to the program director by the attending, so you should make sure that your rotations, you bring something fruitful out of them. Secondly, I feel, so after letters of recommendation, you should definitely focus on networking, because I can't, like, everyone has spoken quite enough about it, so I don't need to reiterate that. But I feel networking is something that will lift your application amongst the thousands of applications that a program receives. So if you know someone, please reach out to them and don't hesitate, because I don't I this is very unique part about the US, that people are ready to help. It is only when you ask for help that you will know that if whether or not they are willing to help. But for the most part, I've observed that they are really willing to help, and they'll, I mean, probably you will get some fruitful things out of it as well. Third thing that I focused on was my extracurricular activities, and I made sure that I highlighted them well on my application, especially on my CV, the things that I had done in the past. I was enthusiastic about running sports, marathons, and had also participated in paintings and other sort of activities like creative writing and poems. So if you have something like that, that is also a very attractive part on your CV, and my program directors did ask me about it as well. And one more part was the research. I have already mentioned about research. And lastly, I would say you have to be positive. I mean, there are going to be ups and downs in this journey, but as long as you're positive and you have the desire to work hard for it, you will definitely attain success. I mean, if you may have read the book called The Secret, it has been an inspiration for me, and I feel that has brought in a lot of positivity in me and has helped me throughout this process. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much. We are having also Kriti here. She matched 2 year ago, but probably that would be great to hear her experience, because she's the most senior right now who can suggest us what is going on inside the application system and what is going outside the struggle. So both thing, she had MD from India as well, in community medicine, and then she's currently in PGY 3. And with us, she's doing right now clinical research training program. So I think she would be the great person to hear the experience of a resident. So
Yeah, hey guys, congratulations to everyone. So proud of you all. So just a little background about me. I graduated in 2011, like from MBBS, and then I did my MD, after which I came to US. I started preparing for my US MLEs and everything. So it was a long journey, but don't give up hope. My scores weren't great, like not great as what was bad, but I got like two interviews, literally two interviews in internal medicine, and one of them I matched. So it's luck, but it's also you have to, just try to get into contacts to people, make sure that your CV is updated, you do contact, you do talk to people, like talk to everyone you find on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just keep stalking them, whoever you can. There is no harm in doing it, as long as you are being polite, you are being professional. That's fine. Like people do contact me about their CVs. Many of them had asked me to, just talk to our programs, and we do. How much we know about the people, the person, it matters. But don't ever be afraid to talk to anyone. So, but yeah, this is this is good. Just keep hope. Just um, it's different situations for everyone. It's not the same, but at the end, the lesson is you will match if you persist, if you just keep doing it. So that will be good. And of course, for the research experience, I actually met Urvish at one of the conference like 2 3 years before I was applying for the match.
yeah.
And then I wasn't really interested in research. My program is, I am a community program, so it's not really a research oriented, but I was just interested in doing some research because of my background in MD back in India. I did not get a chance to do anywhere here. So it's been a good experience, and I'm really glad I joined this program. So yeah.
So is there a particular thing that you're enjoying about the course, or something that how is that a community program resident is interested in research particular? What is the curiosity behind that one?
Yeah, the one thing is actually I always wanted to do research, but it's just like I wasn't sure how to do. And the case reports, what we get to do is not those high level of things, and it's just like a case report. How much can you get out of that?
Right.
So doing these kind of projects, which you're doing meta-analysis, systemic reviews, observational studies, um, getting these published so quickly, as every one of you mentioned, I had never even dreamt about it. I was like, it takes maybe an year or a half to at least get to a couple of projects. So the speed at which we do here, this is really good, and these are like really good projects. So
Right.
if you have 3 or 4 on your resume, I'm sure the programs will consider it. It will be a very good point on your resume. So
Any particular way how you can implement your current research experience or research training programs experience and implement in the community program? Is there any particular way you can identify?
so it, like, especially if talking about my program, we didn't have a lot of people doing research, but they are getting into it. They are trying to get residents do research now. It's
Mhm.
just a point of how do you get to do these studies. Not many people have the experience, not many people know how to conduct these studies, how to get them published in good papers. So but other programs, I'm not sure. I don't know how many programs are actually community programs for specifically. They are interested in research, but it is something that's really programs are getting into now.
Yeah.
University programs, they do get these research proposals, they do get the grants and everything. But community projects, programs, because everyone gets an opportunity to get into the conferences.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's something everyone is getting, trying to get into programs. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
So much, Kriti.
Yeah, absolutely. And just everyone, anytime if anyone needs any help, anything I can help with, please feel free to contact me.
Thanks.
Again, congratulations all.
Anyone is having particular question for anyone before?
Hi, Urvish. How are you all? First of all, I would like to say to congratulate everyone on this successful day. This is Salma here. I know you can't see me. So yeah, I would like to congratulate everyone. I did not apply for the match, but actually I'm also old BioG. So yeah, I was concerned like if I apply without letters of recommendation, how is it's gonna help me? You know, things are different for me. So my question is like for tele rotations, since I was thinking about it, so is it really worth applying for tele rotation? Like I would like to ask, I think Aska mentioned.
Right, the people who's having tele rotation from here, the people who
And
match.
also my question is for Aska because she is 2010 and I'm also my year of graduation is 2010. So yeah, your experience matters a lot for me.
Hi, yeah. So I did have telerotations and I used 3 letters of recommendation from telerotations. And I think they helped a lot because in the letters, they didn't mention that they were telerotations. And frankly, nobody asked me. All the preceptors, they were happy with me and they wrote really good things in those letters. They were waived letters, even though they did ask me to do a draft for them. So, but they uploaded them as waived letters. So 3 of my letters, LORs, were telerotations, and I think they helped because they were recent and they were from the US. So I would say this year telerotations were a big deal. I don't know what happens next year, like would they carry the same weight or not? But for me, definitely, those telerotations did help, and I think the letters I got from them, they really helped. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. And one more question to you guys. Like for step 3, I did my step 3 in 2020. So does it matter like step 3 should be recent because I will be applying for 2022 match. So does it matter like if my step 3 is a year old? So this is a different question. I know you have never encountered
It
this question.
doesn't matter. Nope, Salma, it doesn't
That's,
matter.
yeah,
I have done
doesn't
it in
matter.
2014. My step 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries.
You guys are doing an awesome job, and I would like to thank you again. Thank you, Urvish, for bringing us to this platform for our questions. And again, would like to congratulate on your success. I hope, and I wish you all the best for your career.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Alia, do you have a question? I think I can see you. Alia is there.
Yes, hi. Yeah, I just wanted to ask Aska, where did she match? Was it in patho or internal medicine?
Hi. Yeah, I matched in internal medicine. I don't know where yet, but I applied only to
Okay.
internal medicine. Yeah, and that's what my CV have on it. Like I didn't have any other backup specialty.
Okay. I have question from all of you. Like my year of graduation is 2008, and I gave my step 1 in 2009, step 2 in 2011, and then step 3 in 2018. So I have these gaps in my steps, and I'm an old graduate. So is it, I don't know if I should be pursuing still internal medicine and family medicine. Is it very hard to get into these specialties, and I should be applying in patho now or something else like to increase my chances?
Preeti, I think Preeti would be the best person to say because she's having exactly similar
Yeah.
thoughts. So probably that's okay.
Sorry, I was just having my dinner. Sorry. Yeah. So Alia, I would suggest if your CV until now was all about IM and FM,
Yeah.
then jumping
Yeah.
only for 1 year and trying I wouldn't mind, but if you get like in pathology, so the thing in pathology is, for my experience and
Your voice.
you need to persist. So if you can can get some rotations and 2 to 3 letters of recommendation, and you can show them how your interest in pathology started, like some kind of research experience you had in like
Your voice is breaking. Probably it's.
oh, is it good now? Is it still breaking or it's okay, Polish?
No, when it's moving, it's breaking. Now it's good.
Okay.
Your
So
voice is, you can increase the.
now is it okay?
Perfect. Now it's perfect. All right.
Okay. So the thing, yeah, in pathology, the thing is that you have to show persistence, what I was saying. And if you can do some observerships like in pathology, like 2 to 3 years, or some kind of research rotation in any of the program, and make connections there and get good letters of recommendations, and you can convince them what prompted you to start pathology, would be great. Since it was, for me, I did my MPH research project in pathology, and then when I was working as a research coordinator, that also I did observerships there. I made connections, got good letters of recommendations, and networking, which has helped me in securing a few interviews. So yes, if pathology is, if you really want to be in pathology, you have to get exposure a little bit and then decide. But yes, I think for pathology, your year scores doesn't matter. So if you are persistent, you're good. So
What do you
they don't.
think from my credentials? Can I match in internal medicine or family medicine? I mean, with these old year of graduation and then so
Family
like
medicine,
this
old year of
first.
graduation doesn't work so far from our understanding and experience. Family medicine always prefers fresh graduates. So yeah, internal medicine, I can still say if you have strong connection somewhere. But for my match, I built my own path. So I decided pathology because I was working, and then it worked out well. So I'm not vouching for pathology, but I would suggest, why not give it a shot?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I would say you should target so you should target particular programs, like just go over the websites of
Yes.
programs, which programs get the IMGs in your criteria, your scores, if the visa is an
Actually,
issue. Yeah.
Actually, in pathology, it's a little harder. I can vouch for, like Kriti is saying, for IM or patho.
Everything, whatever you want to
Everything.
apply for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you can get the rotations in those programs. So that is
Exactly.
always helpful.
So
okay.
one thing is important, Alia, when you keep changing the profile from one to
Yeah,
another,
it is not.
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
unnecessarily wasting your time, and then
Yeah.
like completely vanish the situation or the benefit of your previous rotation or previous research or anything, like, then it will be difficult to justify that you have to wipe your CV
Yeah.
completely out and or have to prepare something from the baseline, right? So for Preeti's case, maybe she started the career with pediatric, right? Pediatric application, pediatric or internal medicine, or with internal medicine, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I had one rotation in internal medicine, but mostly it was like pediatrics and
Yes. Then when you have to switch to pathology, it's like all new,
it was
so
hard. It was first year, it was hard for me. Last year it was hard for me to convince that I'm a pathology candidate, because all they were expecting is, I'm so sorry, all they were expecting is like that I'm more of a clinical person. It's a backup for me. But with this year, it was continuously pathology, research pathology, like letter of recommendations I requested again from last year. And I was lucky that my mentors, they gave me the letters, so I don't have to worry about it. So if you are choosing pathology, I would suggest to do rotation and see if you are interested, because once you jump in, there's no going back. Switching will be a problem. So
yeah, that's
Okay.
something. I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing which
these
is.
all people were saying, I have so much research in neurology. Urvish always used to say me, why don't you do it in neurology? Are you not interested in neurology? So these are the kind of questions which come up to me when I was going into pathology. And I was like, no, remember Urvish, last year also I said, no, I am all pathology. I'm going to just apply to pathology, nothing else. So I stick to one thing and it worked out well.
He's the person like who is like senior research manager in Harvard, Massachusetts, in Department of Neurology, but she didn't apply to a single application in neurology. And I was like, that's the only thing you can expect.
I had great profile in neurology, like research wise. I could have got great letters from Harvard people. My mentor would have given, my PI would have given me great letters, but I stick to what I decided and what I moved on. I didn't want to hop on here and there and then have to explain in my CV. So guys, stick to what you want to do and just keep pursuing that.
Yeah, just one.
Um,
So Preeti,
networking.
yeah, so Preeti, you had most of the contacts in Harvard. So were your letter of recommendations from Harvard, all
No,
of
I had
them,
contacts
or
in Montefiore too. I was working in Montefiore.
so
So my
you, is
letters were
it
from,
good
yeah.
to get letters of recommendation from different hospitals, or we can, because
Oh, definitely it is
um,
helpful.
okay,
Yes.
different
It shows
hospitals,
that
okay.
what kind of person you are. So it
Mhm.
shows you that wherever you go, you are a person. People loves you. People like you, like the work.
Okay, yeah,
So
right,
it's
right,
definitely good to have multiple
yeah.
letters. My mostly pathology was from Montefiore because that's where I
Mm.
worked in Monte. So my research letter was from here. So that should be okay. But my main patho letters were from there in Montefiore. So people were telling me you should get from different letters. And I was like, I had some different letters too, and it helps. It is not only that you have to have patho letters. If you have 2 patho letters and 2 research letters, that will work. All you have to do is you have to show the persistence, and your letters should tell about you. So my letters were very personalized. Program directors told me that. So I'm just telling you guys, go to the program, make good connections, make good rapport, be open. That's the key.
Yep.
And in addition, I would
Okay.
also like to add that since USMLE is such a long journey, it takes such a long time. It is very important to be surrounded by positive spirited people. So in my case, Preeti has always been the one who has always lifted my spirits, and I call her, I contact her whenever I feel a bit down, and she has always lifted my spirits. So that is something that has kept me going. Thank you,
Haha,
Preeti, for
Deep,
that.
you're most welcome.
That's actually
I
true
know
for
we are
me as
time,
well.
so but yeah, all good. Very happy for you guys.
Always like consulted Urvish whenever I had.
No, that's a huge
Actually,
success of the
that's really
teamwork.
true. I mean, I've always consulted Urvish for whenever I've had trouble or whenever I felt low or whenever I needed like any random advice on my application
Yes,
or outside of
absolutely.
that as well.
And the
And Urvish
teamwork
was
was
always
like
available.
good.
Whenever he would be busy, he would make it a point to call me later in the evening. Yeah. So certainly.
Teamwork definitely paid off always, and that's not new. It's always like that. So I think
Yeah.
you guys work very hard in the team. It's not like one
So
person.
it's everybody's team. Research is all about teamwork. It's everybody's hard work. Everybody works. Everybody gets what they want, and yeah.
Now,
So Alia, answering your question, if you are deciding on that, please think about it. Do some research about pathology, then only jump. So just because it happened doesn't mean it applies to you. Just being very practical and logistically, I'm saying. So think about it, see what you want, and then only jump. If your profile is all about internal medicine, stick to that. Get some good research position. Make networking. It's not hard in IM. I'm not saying that I was not IM person, so I didn't opt for I. I wanted either peds or like now pathology. So I was very clear in my thing that what I want. Neurology, no. So although I worked a lot, but yes. So but yeah. So think about it. It's your decision, but there's nothing called low score, old grad, I won't match or this or that. No. But working in right direction, you need really good guidance all the time. And I was lucky. I had a lot of people to guide me. Urush was there, my mentors were there. So because I was open, I made a lot of mentors here just because I was too open to talk and explain my situations. So this is a key. These are the key points, guys. And um, good luck. Again, I am really hoping that everybody in our circle just gives us good news every year and keep matching. That's all I hope for everybody.
Hey, Arpita, congratulations.
Hi, Dr. Patel. Thank you. Congratulations to Preeti as well.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
Yeah.
Arpita match in pediatric neurology, right? If I'm not wrong.
I should match in pediatric neurology,
So,
but
like,
yeah,
share some of your thoughts. Like, how was your
yeah.
journey?
Yeah, so one thing that they program directors like here is that your CV should be very focused towards one specialty. I felt that way. So I tried to tailor my CV to like neurology, pediatric neurology. I started with peds experiences, peds research, then putting in some neurology, doing clinical rotations. I am a 2017 graduate. My scores are 228, 229. Not that great, not that bad. And I got ECFMD certified in two years of graduation. So the only thing I had to work after that was on my CV. So doing research and clinical rotations. So after becoming a graduate, you can only do externship rotations if you want to do something hands-on. And I felt they love hands-on rotations. I can't tell really the weightage between observerships and externship, but after doing externship, I felt that made a lot of difference to my CV, and that gave me like 10 interviews this year. So they
Pediatric neurology 10 interviews?
6 in pediatric neurology, 4 in pediatrics.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the only specialty I applied to. I didn't apply to internal medicine. So yeah, so I felt that externship rotations helped a lot, and publications always help. So
the question is,
yeah.
people are thinking that pediatric neurology is very rare branch, and then it's very difficult to get interviews because number of seats are very less, like probably 1 or 2 seats or positions are there,
Yeah.
and it's very competitive with American medical graduate. What is your take on that?
So yeah, it is competitive in that sense. So like as an IMG, you only have maximum 10 programs that will invite you, and that also after you show them that you have worked in research plus have done clinical rotations.
Right.
So they do want a balance, but they like to see some neuro research.
Makes sense.
And it depends on, like, again, university based or community based. Nothing is community based in ped neuro.
Yes, makes sense.
Everything. Yeah.
It's probably 10 or 15 program you said it's inviting. I
Yeah.
know for pediatric neurology, but still it's
Yeah. It is possible, yes. Like a lot of IMGs match every year, but it's only like 10 programs. All IMGs will get from those only. They are fixed.
Makes
Not other programs will invite you for ped neuro.
And what are the rotations you did it? Like how many number of rotations and where actually you did your rotations?
So first, after graduating in 2017, I took step 1 immediately, like in 8 months, and then I came to US. I started in Oregon, so that was the fortunate part that I had a university access. Like I started with research volunteering at Oregon Health and Science. So from there, I did some observerships, did research volunteering, all that I did for 18 months. Then we moved to another city. So I continued with some observerships, but that was not really building my CV, like not making my CV strong. So then I booked paid externship rotations from a agency, like these companies. So that I booked in Chicago, and these were all outpatient clinic rotations, but they helped me.
Okay,
They taught me a lot, and they helped my CV a lot.
That's great. So
Yeah.
pediatric neurology is not difficult to match.
Yeah, it is not, but you have to be dedicated, and your whole CV should speak pediatrics only, nothing else.
Nothing else.
Pediatrics and neuro.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Arpita, for the quality notes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Jigisha, congratulations. You there? Hello.
Hi.
Hey, congrats.
Hey,
Thank
Jagisha,
you.
congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to everyone who matched. And I was in this shoe last year where I didn't match. So whosoever didn't match, please, I think I would say take your time and you'll be fine and start preparing for next year. And things should work out in your favor for sure.
Right.
Because like my dad, he always tells me, the only day when you will fail is the day when you will give up. So yeah,
So what's your take on the late interviews? Like, because you were a little bit panic about like not having interview at the very end time. So what is your take on the people who is having low score and then having probably late interview or expecting interviews or not? They are always having dilemma. So what do you think about that?
Well, I remember like I got my first interview in the end of December, and that was a cancellation interview. So I would actually advise everyone that you should keep emailing programs. Although I'm sure there are people who say like they don't read your emails, but for me it worked out. So it totally depends uh, at what time and to which program you're sending, and if it works out in your favor. Because I remember PC told me like we have a cancellation right now. Are you free on that day? I was like, I'm available anytime you call me.
It's true. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that happened. And for second interview, like I just had two interviews. Second interview I received in mid-January, I guess. So yeah, but I was still trying to reach out to the programs even till mid-February, because I was like, if something opens up, I want to take that opportunity.
makes sense. Don't lose the hope. That's great. Awesome. So yeah, thank you so much, Jigisha, for
Of
your notes.
course.
Anyone is having any question? Oh, by the way, Jigisha, I'm having special request to you too. Before you leave the Mayo Clinic, make sure help someone so that your string will continue and then someone
Of
else.
course, I'm ready to help anyone. Just feel free to reach out to me, and as much as I can, I will help. Yeah,
That's great. Thank you so much.
yeah, sure.
Any question, guys, before we end the session? Awesome. Then let's end the session today. Enjoy the people who match. Make sure enjoy very hard. Whatever you deserve, you are getting it today. People who didn't match, that's okay. That there will be a better day for you. Okay. So make sure have faith on you. Be persistent and hard work in your own specialty rather than thinking about all switching to the specialty, and rest of the thing we'll talk more in the classes and the sessions, and feel free to contact us anytime. Okay, so we'll see you soon then.
Thank you,
Bye
everyone. Thank you, Vish.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.